Okay, so Chapter 2 is Inequalities, and Section 1 is Writing and Graphing Inequalities. So first of all, an inequality is any number sentence that has the greater than sign, the less than sign, the greater than or equal to sign, or the less than or equal to sign. It's important that you understand what those symbols are. So again, if you want to write those down in your notes, this is greater than. This one's less than, this one's greater than or equal to, and this one is less than or equal to. The first thing that you're going to have to do in this section is be able to write an inequality. So when you're given an inequality, you're going to be given it in words, and you have to be able to transfer it into numbers and symbols. So this first example, a number w minus 3.5 is less than or equal to negative 2. So you just kind of go through and you're going to circle all the important stuff. And I'm going through and finding anything that's going to be a symbol or anything that's going to be a number. So a number w minus 3.5 is less than or equal to negative 2. Another example, 3 is less than a number n plus 5. So again, 3 is less than number n plus 5. And you kind of just write it in order. So 3 is less than a number n plus 5. So you've made a sentence into a math sentence with numbers and symbols. The next thing you're going to have to do is be able to graph inequalities, and it would be something like y is greater than 3. So given the inequality, you're going to have to, on a number line, and you just make a few, let's go 0, 1, 2, 3, and first of all, you're going to have to look at the sign, and anytime that you have greater than or less than, we do what's called open circles on our graph, because it does not include 3, it just is greater than 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to write at 3, put an open circle, because it does not include 3, so you do an open circle, and then you simply look at the arrow. It says greater than, so we want to include all the numbers that are greater than 3. Another example would be if you have something like x is greater than, or let's go less than or equal to negative 4. So again, you just give yourself a few numbers. Let's just put negative 4 here. And this time it's or equal to. So anytime you have less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, we do filled in circles because it includes the number that you are on. So we do a filled in circle at 4, and then we simply look at the arrow, and it says less than, so I'm going to make my arrow go less than. The last example that you're going to have for graphing inequalities is if you have the number first. So for example, if we have 2.5 is greater than x. Well, anytime that you are graphing the inequality, you have to read the variable first. So you can either read it backwards or you can rewrite it and make sure that it says the same thing. So this now actually says x is less than because you have to read this end first. If you want to rewrite it, then you can see how x is less than 2.5. So when you're graphing it at 2.5, up here, it looks like the arrow should go that way, but that's because the x is on the wrong side. Now that we have the x on the correct side, the left-hand side, now we can see that the arrow is actually going to go that direction. So open circle, because it's not or equal to, and we're going to the left. Sometimes you will need to test a point. So the first example would be something like x plus 8 is less than negative 3, and then they tell you to test negative 4. So when you're testing a point, all that they mean is to go put it back in. So you go put negative 4 in for x. Negative 4 plus 8 is less than negative 3. So then we solve this. Negative 4 plus 8. Is 4 less than negative 3? No, this is not. So this is not a solution.